I mean, with our secondary, we always preach next man up. So we try not to get flustered by things like that because we know over the course of a game, things will happen like that. So we have to have the mentality of just being adaptable. And I think that Juju came in and he did what he had to do.
There were a couple stretches where you weren't out there for a little bit in the series. And Dan, I think, said that they were sort of monitoring you and making sure that you weren't going too long. Is that something you guys discussed ahead of time, or how did that sort of play out?
I was just dealing with cramps.
But you feel Achilles is not everything.
Yeah, I was just dealing with cramps.
Jeff, that's a really strong offensive team, and you guys really just kept on fighting. Found some big plays. Certainly there were the ones that got away, but just in general, how do you feel like that performance was just for a first out of the gate against the Eagles?
Not good enough. Not good enough. If we're going to be the team that we want to be, it's just not good enough.
What made A.J. Brown so difficult to stop?
I'm not sure. Got to watch the tape and see it from the all-22 perspective.
Did you know that he was going to kind of get that much of a target share heading into this game?
I mean, I can imagine. They paid him a lot of money to make plays, so I could imagine that he was going to see some targets.
Hey Jeff, I know you said it was
long road back for you. What did it feel like to take the field today, packed house, crowd going nuts for you personally? What was that moment like?
I feel like a blessing. Honestly, I was telling my family that it kind of felt like everything was coming full circle. Last time, probably around the same time last year, I was in the car with my aunt crying, just wondering what will be next for me. And now I'm able to walk off the field healthy. So to me, I've gotten into the habit of counting small wins.
last year. Did you think to yourself, like you mentioned, you didn't know what was in your future? Did you think like, wow, I might not make it back to this spot?
Yeah, definitely. I had moments where I was just like trying to figure out what my next move was, and that's just the reality of my situation last year. So to be here, to be here, be in this moment, it's not something that I take lightly. It's something that I'm taking the opportunity very seriously.
The small wins, we've heard that from Aubrey Pleasant, we've heard that from you all summer. What are the small wins you're taking out of this one? I know there's no moral victories, I'm not asking for that, but what can you build off of after this one?
I was tasked with matching up with Devontae Smith, and I felt like I held my own against him, so I'll count that as a small win.
A couple more guys. Hey Jeff, when you have to come out of the game and you watch the 35-yard completion on the sideline, what's that like for you to watch that play transpire?
It hurts to see that, but at the end of the day, I have full confidence in Will to make that play, and it's a play that he's made plenty of times through training camp. So I know that next time the opportunity presents itself, he'll definitely make that play.
It's expected, so I wish we would have came out with the win. But
Take like a left hook right here?
no, I had to take my visor off. I had like a little screw. When I hit somebody, it ended up punching me back in the face. So the visor didn't like me, so I took it off on the sideline.
Now, how big of a challenge was Hurts, obviously? Is that like a welcome to the NFL moment in and of itself, chasing a dude like that down?
Yeah, I mean, he's very slick. I played him in college when he was at OU, so I knew how he was very slick, and obviously he's progressed since then. And so he got a couple runs on us, and it's one of those things you just gotta go fix it. Come the next day and fix it.
How'd you feel about the linebacker rotation today? You feel like you were able to get in the groove you wanted to get in out there? Or?
Yeah, we had a lot of good rotation. Everyone did their part, and coming in, we knew that everyone's gonna play a big role. And Shep and the coaches have preached that everyone's got a role on this team.
Getting back to Hurts, does it just make it more difficult when it's already difficult? Maybe not having someone at practice who can sort of simulate that.
Yeah, it's just one of the things you just gotta kind of fill in the game. You don't get in practice, and you just gotta watch a lot of film. And so it just comes down to film study on that.
You feel like you, as a defense, kind of progressed from that preseason week one and containing the scrambling quarterback and kind of build on this and be even better next time? Or?
Yeah, definitely got to build on it. We're going to watch the film tomorrow. Just one of those things we got to practice, have someone in the backfield just kind of running around and, just doing our job. So that's at the end of the day, it's just doing your job.
Were you out there for that 3rd and 1, that late 3rd and 1 where Sanders broke through?
No, I was not out there.
What did you see happen there? What do you think?
I saw a big old pile, and I was like, we got him. Then I just see him scored out. So it's one of those things where, he's a good back. He gets behind the line and, lets them, he just hides behind them and just pops out at the end.
How
So,
tough is it to keep up with a guy like that? It seems like the Hurts fake to the right really kind of brought the defense with him when a quarterback runs 17 times the way he does. You know?
yeah, we knew coming in he liked to go roll out to his right, and so I was trying to get our game plan, trying to stop him from rolling out to our right. But a guy like that, he's still able to roll out. So it's just one of those things. We just gotta go back on the chalkboard and just chalk it up.
What do you make of the atmosphere here, your first NFL game, and also the team's first game since this reincarnation?
Yeah, no, it was very electric. The crowd was into it every part of the game, and it was a good first game for me. The crowd and all that. Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
Strong running. He's a great athlete, and he made a lot of great plays for them. So shout out to the Eagles for making their plays when they needed to.
Can it be really tough when it seems like you guys forced them into third down a lot, but I know early on they were like 8 of 12 for the first 12. Like how demoralizing I guess can that be when you can't quick them up?
Well, we don't look at it like that. Like I said, they make plays too. They get paid on that side of the ball too. So when they do make a play, we just got to come back and keep playing. And that's what we did. I feel like my teammates, they went out there and they kept doing and kept fighting. So at the end of the day, we could have folded and laid down when they was up 17 points, but we did it. So with that being said, man, shout out to my teammates for going out there and doing their job, keep fighting, and like I said, we almost came out with the win, but it still ain't good enough.
Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
Felt great, validated some hard work that I've put in. Just good to get out there with my boys and a lot to clean up, a lot to get better with, but I think a good starting point.
Now, I mean, how challenging is it to go out there and face live bullets from an interior defensive line like that?
No doubt, switching sides and going against Fletcher Cox on your first day isn't ideal, but I think I got done, and like I said, a lot to learn from.
What is the biggest thing you learn from and going forward?
Yeah, it's good people every week. It's not like college. So it's Fletcher Cox this week, Deron Payne next week. So it's not that I'm looking forward, but it's every week.
Obviously, very cool getting your first start, but to do it in a home opener where you get to run out of the tunnel, hear your name announced, what was that?
Yeah, special. My parents were here. I'm very blessed. So glad that my wife was here to see that as well. So very blessed.
And how did you kind of manage to settle in those two full start Mondays?
Yep.
Everything from that on is clean.
Yeah, it felt good. Really what it is I hadn't been working with the ones and much. So it was like getting Jared's cadence and hearing it with the crowd noise and all that. So once I figured it out and we got it going, calmed down a little bit, it was good to go. Just football at the end of the day.
Frank said you guys spent a lot of time last season rehabbing and getting back. I mean, do you feel a natural chemistry with him?
Oh, no doubt. Frank, I love Frank to death. We spent 10 weeks last year together, and it sucked every week. We'd sit there and watch the game crippled, but, we had a great bond now. We're like brothers. I love that guy. Oh, in my Grizzly Man Outdoors.
Obviously, a big day for the rushing attack. Like I said, not the outcome you want, but when the Swifty goes off for 155 yards or 145 yards,
yeah,
and says 2 touchdowns. I mean, is that something to build off of, especially against that group?
There's always, good things and bad things on film. We'll watch it tomorrow. We'll clean it up. I think it was a good starting point. Like I said, I got a lot to clean up though.
When Swift is in the zone like he was today, is that something that you guys come off the field, you go over and start hyping him up?
Oh, no doubt. Swift's a dog, man. He's going to come. He's going to bring it every single play, and he expects the same from us. So going out there, it's just a brother mentality. I don't want to let your brother next to you down or the brother behind you. You know what I mean? So it's all it is.
Obviously, playing, you weren't conscious of it, but you and your brother, man, y'all did something unique today. Y'all scored touchdowns within 2 minutes apart.
Yeah, my mom just texted me. Yeah.
How was that? Obviously, you guys didn't get the win today, but
right.
Just having a moment like that, we could do something unique like that.
I think it's pretty cool. Especially for his road. Having been on the Packers for 4 years, now he's on the Bears. New scenery for him, new team. I think he loves it over there, and I'm happy for him. I don't think he scored. He hasn't scored in like 2 years, so I know he's super excited. I'm happy for him, but unfortunately we couldn't get the win, but I know they won, so I'm happy for him.
What's the tough loss, but especially compared to what happened last year with this team against the Eagles? What's the mood in the locker room afterward? Are you guys happy with your resilience, with your ability to fight back?
I don't think none of us were happy. We felt like we could have won that game. Obviously, mistakes were made out there. We wish we could have had back certain plays. But no, resilience, we know we're resilient. That's something that, we are as a team. We already know that. But we feel like we got to win those games. We're not going back to last year, those close games that we couldn't finish. So moving forward, we got to win those.
Amon-Ra, you got off to such a hot start and finished up pretty strong, but there was that lull sort of in the middle of the game offensively. What happened? How did you guys sort of get out of rhythm right there?
I think it's a multitude of things. Penalties, we had a few penalties on the drives. Putting yourself in second and long, third and long, it gets tough. So just trying to stay on track is the biggest thing. And I think, that second half we came out and we were doing pretty well. We were on track. We stayed out of those second and long, third and longs, and you see what happens with our offense when we do that. We can, put up points. So I feel like, if we would have had a shot at the end, I feel like we could have made something happen.
You guys got a lot of weapons on this team, but Swift had a really big day today. I'm just wondering, as a teammate, as a competitor, watching him and what he can do, what goes through your head watching something?
He's a dog. I mean, we know what he can do as a player. Everyone on the team knows it. Anytime he has the ball with any space, you better make sure you're blocking downfield because he might bust at any point. So we know what Swift can do, and I mean, we got to keep feeding him, keep letting him do his thing. But at the end of the day, I mean, we got to win games.
We all saw on Hard Knocks, Deuce Staley wants Swift to kind of attack more and get those extra yards. Did you see that today? Does it feel like he has a different mentality this year than he maybe did last year?
It's kind of tough for me to tell. I can't see every run, kind of in the game when he's running the ball. But I mean, for what it looked like for me, I mean, he's running hard. He's doing his thing. Like I said, we all know what he can do. We just got to keep feeding him and finish on top.
I know Ben's been calling plays all spring, all summer for you, but this was the first real one where he did it. Just some thoughts on what he means to you guys as offensive coordinator and how he did out there, I guess.
I think he did great. His first game. I know it can be tough as a play caller. I can't imagine being out there calling plays. I'm always on the other side trying to execute the play. So it's a lot that goes into play calling. And, I mean, we, as an offense, we love Ben. We trust him. We know he's going to get us in the right place. So, I mean, I think he called a great game. You put up, I think, 35 points. It's pretty good as an offense for a first game.
I think there was one clip in Hard Knocks where you caught a pass and were like, genius, Ben, you're a genius, right? So what is it about him that, where you set that, I guess, not just that play, but in general?
I think he just has, certain coaches, they just have it. I don't know how to explain it. He's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. He wants to put all his players in the right plays. He knows what his players do well and what they don't. And, I mean, he maximizes our abilities as an offense, I feel like. And, he has that young brain. He's driven. He's open to new ideas. So, I mean, I think he's going to be really good.
5 touchdowns past 5 games for you dating back to last season. What do you feel like the connection with you and Goff, like how do you feel like that's developed over the course of the offseason and then dating back to last year to have that success?
Yeah, I think me and Jared and even all the receivers, having that year under our belt really helps a lot. Even dating back to the end of last year, he's feeling more confident. Him knowing where I'm going to be, me knowing what he likes, where he's going to throw the ball. And that just carried on to this year, especially, with Coach Ben running things. We do things very precise out there on the practice field, whether it's routes on air, one-on-ones, whatever it is. It's super precise, and it just helps us make plays on Sundays.
Is the vibe different after a loss like this compared to losses from last year, or is it just as simple as a loss is a loss?
I think it's different. I think this year we got to finish. We got to win. There's no other way. Last year felt like maybe some games it was, we were in there, we'll get the next one. This year it's no next one. It's either this one or there's nothing. So, and we feel like that as a team. That's what I love. It's a whole different mindset, I feel like, and I'm excited for next week.
So just being in that position to finish is basically how you track progress from last year to this year. You guys are in a position to finish. Now you got to close.
Yeah, now we just got to finish the game, yep.
Dangerous is that combo of you and Swift, man. When you guys get it rolling, I mean, he went off. And then obviously you have the 2 touchdowns. How dynamic are you guys when you 2 get it going like that?
Oh, it's just great. It's just a great complementary thing that we got going. I feel like we can make this offense go and make people worry about this run, so we be able to pass the ball too. And that's just what we just trying to do is just do our best, do what we can do, control what we can control, and just make plays from where we at. And our line and just keeping everybody mentally motivated and just ready to go.
Coach said the real tell of this game was getting behind so far in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
You guys came out guns blazing, scored on that first drive, and then 3 straight drives, go 3 and out, and then the interception. What was going on at that point in time? Did they make a defensive adjustment or?
Nah, it's just us. It's just us. We just need to make those plays and then, come on the other side of those. So it's just 50-50s that we just wasn't on the other side of. So we'll get there. We just got to keep playing and keep making the plays that we know. Just keep controlling what we can control.